The Toronto Raptors claw their way to victory in Sacramento, 122-109. First thing I got to do, we got to drop one for the Raptors tonight because in that first half, the game was looking a little bit shaky here, folks. It was looking a little shaky in that first half, but I don't think we really doubted the Raptors too much. We were kind of curious as to when the run was going to happen. But at no certain time in this game did I think the Raptors were actually going to lose against the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings, the Sacramento Kings, I'll get to them in just a second. I will get to them in just a second because there's something I got to play for them. There is something I got to play for them. I'm buying time right now because I'm looking to see if I can find my sound for it. But we got to talk about the Sacramento Kings in just a little bit. But we're going to start here. There's a lot of good things that happen with the Toronto Raptors in this game, and we must discuss. First of all five starters in double figure scoring, which is a good thing. We'll drop one for them for that. But overall, I'm going to start here first. Colin Murray-Boyle still injured with the thumb injury. Pirtle still out with the back. Jacoby Walter still got the hip injury. Barrett, the ankle. And starting lineup, Quickley, Shed, Ingram, Barnes, Sandro Mamukelashvili. And it's the 9th consecutive different starting lineup for the Toronto Raptors, which is absolutely incredible. And they start this game off pretty well in this one. They ended up going on a 9-0 run pretty early. And then seeing Jamal Shed pick the pocket of one Russell Westbrook early in that game. And then a Scotty Barnes finish at the basket in transition, early timeout for the Sacramento Kings. And the starters for Sacramento, Precious Achiuwa, former Raptors, Maxime Reynaud, Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine in this game. And the Raptors, they came out strong, looked pretty good defensively. They were moving the ball, pushing the tempo. They had a 16-8 lead with 7 minutes remaining in that first quarter. And Brandon Ingram was pretty aggressive early in this game. He had 7 points with 4 minutes remaining. Raptors were shooting 8 of 17 from the field. And I was kind of curious as to how they were going to look offensively, considering that they did score a franchise record 145 points the night before against the Golden State Warriors. And I was just interested in, like, we saw what Immanuel Quickley was capable of. So what was he going to come out and do? How was Scotty Barnes going to be in the game tonight from an offensive standpoint? Sandro Mamukelashvili back into that starting lineup. And to be honest with you, a lot of good numbers here early in this game. And there's a couple bench pieces that I want to talk to you about as well. Now, early in this game, Scotty Barnes was, his typical self, I would say. Pretty much a guy doing a little bit of everything. But overall in this game, 23 points in 32 minutes, 8 of 17 from the field, 1 of 3 from three-point range. But the thing that I want you to circle the most, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, his free throw shooting. 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Same with Brandon Ingram. He gave you 8 rebounds, 7 assists in this game with 4 steals and a block. I'm going to drop one for Scotty. And what have we been talking about on this show pretty often? We have been talking about the Toronto Raptors and getting to the free throw line, it being very important to attack the paint. You can't just settle with shots from the outside. You got to attack the paint and be aggressive. Once again, they go to the free throw line. They shoot 23 of 25 from the free throw line. They shoot 92% from the free throw line. That is of critical importance. Critical importance. You got to be a good shooting team from the free throw line, especially when you're getting there. You got to get there. Remember, there was games early on in the season where we're seeing the Raptors shooting single digits from the free throw line. That's telling you that they're not being aggressive going into the paint. They have to be aggressive going into the paint at all times, especially with the guys that you have. Brandon Ingram in this game, 35 minutes. 23 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3-point range. And I just mentioned to you, and I'm circling that as well, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. You got to be able to knock down free throws when you get to the line. It is critical. And once again, early on in this game, the Raptors see a zone, and they were struggling with it early on. Get that ball into the middle. Ideally, you want Scotty Barnes there. And you want him to be able to turn, face, and attack the zone, make the defense close in on him, get to the basket, kick it out to shooters, but you want to put the attention in the middle of that zone. And, I talked about this on a show today. I'll be releasing it for you tomorrow. Jack Armstrong actually joined the show, and you guys will be seeing that podcast on Thursday, which is today, by the way, because it's almost 1 a.m. But Jack Armstrong did join the show, and thank you, Jack, for doing that. You guys will see that, like I mentioned, on sometime on Thursday. But we discussed a lot of different things. It was a really great episode, and that was one of them. And so continuing to work to combat the zone, because teams do their scouting reports. They know that the Raptors do not do a very good job of attacking and scoring against the zone. And so because they know that, what do you think they're going to do when they go up against you? They're going to throw a zone at you. And the defense, after having a good start in that first quarter, the defense lets up a little bit, and the Sacramento Kings come roaring back. And it's a 30-26 game at the end of the first quarter. Zach LaVine has 10 points after 1. The Raptors now, going into the second quarter, they looked pretty gassed, to be quite honest with you, early in this one, in that second quarter. The Kings go on a 7-0 run. The Raptors are getting nothing easy inside. 22-18 advantage for the Kings for points in the paint with 6:45 remaining in the queue. And Sandro Mamukelashvili, you guys see him showing off because I'm pronouncing his name properly. I'm going to drop a bomb for myself here for pronouncing his name correctly. He was the Raptors' go-to guy early on in that second queue. He had 11 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range. But on the other end, Malik Monk comes into the game, and he was absolutely just carving us up off the bench. He had 25 minutes in this game, 17 points, 6 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from three-point range. He gave you 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And he was just hitting us up from three-point range and killing us offensively in that first half. Westbrook as well, strolling into the paint, doing whatever he wants, getting to the basket, throwing up lobs. And Westbrook in this game, 23 points, 9 of 22 from the field, 2 of 8 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, gave you 4 turnovers. So thank you for that, Mr. Westbrook. But Grady, to me, and you know what? I'm going to drop one for him because coming into this, over his last 4 games, he has been averaging 11 points. And listen, we're not asking a guy to be an all-star. We're asking him to be efficient when he's out there, play some damn defense, be able to make open shots, because that is his job. You are a shooter. When you are a shooter and you are open, you are expected to make shots, okay? That's why the Raptors are paying you, damn it. And he wasn't great from three-point range, but overall in this game, I did think he did a pretty good job. He was only 1 of 6 from three-point range, but I thought he did a much better job playing in the second half. 19 minutes, 11 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 1 rebound, only 1 turnover, but 2 steals as well. So overall, Grady has been looking a little bit better. Let's give him a bit of credit over these last few games, okay? 61-52. The Kings build with their lead, have a 9-point lead going into the half. And the Raptors were only shooting 36% from the field in that first half. They were 19 of 52 from the field. The Kings were shooting 47%, 22 of 46 from 22 of 46 from the field. And I repeat, 47% They were shooting fast break points in favor of the Raptors 10-4, and Brandon Ingram at that time had 12 points. Now, the Raptors come out aggressive, excuse me. Scotty attacking the paint, hitting some mid-range jump shots. And Jamal Shed, did I drop one for him already? I have to. Play, damn it. Jamal Shed, he's rough and rugged. He got that, that's what you got to love about him. He's got that dog in him. 33 minutes, 15 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 5 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, gave you 2 steals as well. And, Jamal Shed was really working hard on both ends of the floor, but he looks banged up a little bit. Still looks like that left thumb is kind of nagging him. He was kind of grimacing, holding it. We've been seeing him do that game after game after game. He rolled his left ankle. And so he did, Darko did call a timeout, and he was okay though, but came back into the game hobbling just a little bit, but he did look good in a few minutes after that. I'm thinking soon there's going to come a point where they're going to have to give Jamal Shed a night off. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen soon, because he's getting worn down out there. He's playing through some injuries, and he's tough. He's tough. I give him a lot of credit. He's fighting. He's kicking ass out there. Okay, he really is. He really is, and you gotta give him a lot of credit for that as well. And Mamu was keeping the Raptors in this thing for a little bit. He was making shots. We're going to drop one for him as well, okay? Because Mamu in this game really made some big shots, and some timely shots at that. 32 minutes as well, 22 points, 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 8 from three-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, only 1 turnover in this game. And so he did a really good job in this game from start to finish. And there are some things and some good things that I see here in the team stats. The Raptors did get up, 6 more shot attempts than the Kings in this game, which is important. You want to have more shot attempts because you want your defense to go out there and do a lot of the work for you. They shoot 46% from the field overall. They shoot 13 of 33 from three-point range. The Kings shoot 9 of 33 from three-point range, just 27% compared to the Raptors' 39% here. And they win the rebounding battle by 47-45 in favor of the Raptors. Assists, 30 assists in this game on 43 field goals made. Also, the Raptors, one of the league's best in not turning over the ball, just 11 turnovers in this game compared to 16 from the Sacramento Kings. Points in the paint, 2-point deficit, 54 compared to 56 for the Kings, but fast break points 22-12, so plus 10 for fast break points. And we've all talked about this in the comments, especially on this show. The Raptors got to get out and run, and we will talk about that in just a little bit. But Scotty attacking the paint, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals midway through that third quarter. And you know who I'm really starting to miss? Jacoby Walter. I'm really starting to miss Jacoby Walter, seeing Ochai Agbaji play all this minutes. No disrespect, but Jacoby Walter, man, the way he plays defense, he's a better shooter than Ochai. Just has a better feel for the game, in my opinion, at least. Just better overall. He brings something to the table, and I'm feeling like we're missing him right now because of what he can provide on both ends of the floor. Really missing him. Hoping he gets back really soon. Another person I'm going to give some credit to, because I talked about Grady Dick. There's another person I got to talk to, and I'm going to drop a bomb for this person. You know who it is? Jonathan Mobo. Okay, now, I'm not saying he went out there and played stellar by any means. I'm not saying that. But we do have to give the Raptors 905 a bit of credit. 23 minutes in this game. He had 3 points, just 1 of 5 from the field. But he gave you 9 rebounds and a block. and he fought hard. Things didn't necessarily go his way, but he fought hard in this game and gave you some valuable minutes. And now we've seen that with Mobo. We've seen it with Lawson. We've seen it with Elijah Martin. The Raptors 905, Coach Drew, Vice President Courtney Charles, they all deserve credit for when their guys are called, they've been ready. And that's precisely what their job is. And they are doing. I'm going to drop one for the 905. I'm going to drop one for the 905 because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They are doing their job. And they are making sure that when these guys get called up, because that's exactly why they're here. I read you the names of all the guys that were out of the lineup. These things happen. So when these things happen, these guys have to be ready to step in. This is pro sports. Next man up. And the Raptors 905 are doing a really good job of making sure that these guys are prepared for when they get the call. Raptors 95-82 lead after 3. So that's a 13-point lead after 3, after being on 9 at halftime. 20-7 Raptors run to end the third quarter. Jamal Shed at that point, 10 points in the quarter, and the Raptors 16 points in the paint in that third quarter. We head to the fourth. I am tired as hell, by the way. I just want you guys to know that. It's 12:52 a.m. Officiating in this game was absolutely ridiculous at times. The Raptors are getting to the basket, getting absolutely clobbered. Just clobbered. Like just ridiculous. Going to the lane and slapped, hit, punched. I mean, are you kidding me? Is anybody gonna make calls out there? But Quickley did a really good job using his speed down the stretch in this game, pushing the ball, making better decisions. And with 7 minutes remaining in the game, Quickley had 15 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. And so over the last, I would say, like 7 or 8 games, Quickley has really been playing better. I'm noticing a bit of a difference. In 36 minutes, 18 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 4 from three-point range, but 5 of 5 from the free throw line, which is important, as I've mentioned. 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, only 2 turnovers. We're going to drop one for Quickley. And so I know a lot of us have been talking about Quickley a lot and his ability. This is why we've been talking about Immanuel Quickley. Like I mentioned, I'm not saying stellar, but he's been playing a lot better. He's been playing a lot better. We got to give him credit for that. And at one point earlier on in the season, I was a bit more concerned with Quickley more than anybody. Now I'm more concerned with just the damn center position, to be quite honest with you. Jakob Poeltl's still been injured, out of the lineup. Can't wait to get him back. But that's the position that's scaring me the most at this point out of anything. But Quickley has been playing a bit better. He deserves credit. And I think we should put a little respect on his name here because, you know, if he continues to play better and get to another notch, then Raptors are going to be in a much better place. And he's also been good from a defensive standpoint. He's been a bit better defensively, taking accountability, keeping his man in front of him. He's been doing good things on both ends, and he deserves some recognition for that. Now, the Kings did go on a 10-2 run between the 6:30 mark and the 4:02 mark within that time span. And so, yes, the Raptors did bend a little bit, like Jack Armstrong does say, but they did not break. And Scotty, like I mentioned, good from the free throw line, was 119, 109 with 107 remaining in that fourth quarter. And there was a foul call on Zach LaVine going to the basket. And Darko did use his second challenge that. It was overturned. And then it was overturned. The Raptors were able to inbound the ball, move the ball up and inbound the ball from half court, where now they can get the ball in, use the clock, make good decisions, and end this thing. 122-109. The Raptors take out the Sacramento Kings in California, and it was a very good team effort win here. Very good team effort win. Now, before I get out of here, I do have to talk about the Sacramento Kings for just a second. They need to burn this thing down to the ground. They need to burn this thing down to the ground. They are not a good basketball team whatsoever. They are 12-33. And I did say, be careful now because, listen, I said they're not a good team. They have very good talent. That's for sure. They have very good talent, but the season is over for the Sacramento Kings. And I'm hoping they can do something. Keegan Murray's not in the lineup as well. And like I mentioned, you got a Hall of Famer in Russell Westbrook, and you got DeRozan, Levine, and Malik Monk. I mean, Sabonis is not playing. I mean, Keon. I mean, you got a bunch of good young players on this team. Some are not even playing. And it's a mess. It's a mess. But you know what? We're going to hold a moment of silence for the Sacramento Kings. I'm hoping they can do something. They got a great fan base. And yeah, just a moment of silence here. Sacramento, you guys are going to have to go back to the drawing board. And it's sad because, like I mentioned, I want to see Sacramento do well. I like their team. I like their fan base. I think they deserve a little bit more than this with the pieces that they have. But the season's over for you guys. The season is over for you guys. Blow this thing up by the deadline if you can. Make some adjustments. Come back strong next season. But yeah, it's over for you guys. The Raptors, good team effort win here. At Microach7 on IG, at Microach23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the show. Like I mentioned, tune in tomorrow for myself alongside the coach, Jack Armstrong. We had a good discussion, almost an hour long. Very surprising. My shows usually don't go that long. It's about 40 or 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. So I am looking forward to releasing that to you. I said tomorrow, but it's actually today. It is officially 1 a.m. This is the Mike Roach Show. Until the next time, stay safe. I'm out.